anything. Oh my
Touch
God.
that dial.
Are we all wearing black tonight, guys?
Oh my gosh, look at Steven. Look at this kid.
What? We are acting.
Look at this kid. Look at this. I wish I had my cool glasses on. Oh yeah, I'll give you one of those too. Nice big circle. Give you a nice big circle.
That looks like a black.
First man to the
First in. First comment. Top, not even top of the hour. I didn't even realize that we started. I didn't even realize that we started.
Even Stefan's like giving you a heart, and you're giving him like a black hole because
I don't know how. I can't make that symbol. I see people do that thing all the time because they're always trying to make that symbol, and I'm always like, okay, I'll give you one too. I'll give you one too. Whatever this is.
Has no
corner. What is this? What is it when people do this? When they go like this?
They're telling you to come full circle with what you're talking about.
A shout out to the band, A Perfect Circle.
I wonder if I had a gang, if there were even enough people that I knew that would hang out with me to make a gang, I would have to have some kind of a cool gang symbol. I don't know what it would be. I don't know. Would it maybe the circle? It would be my inner circle. That's what I would call it. My gang would be called my inner circle, and this would be our gang symbol. You know,
be like, yo.
I have a gang. Larry says I should call my gang the High Fives. High five
Larry's
to you.
his tribe. He brings his tribe with him.
If I were to have a gang, I would not name it Full Circle. I would actually name it Ochos Locos, and this would be my symbol: Ochos Locos, Crazy Apes.
Crazy Apes.
That actually sounds like
interesting because your company's 9 twice, like 9 twice.
That's right. Ochos Locos. What's Crazy Nines? What's Crazy Nines? Locos Nuevos. Nuevos Rancheros.
Nueva.
That sounds about right. I don't know Spanish. My Spanish-speaking friends, please tell me.
You could
possibly. That is. All right, guys. Hey, listen. Here we are. It's Wednesday night.
Yes.
And we're here. And as always, I love our Wednesday nights because we have some crazy fun stuff to talk about. Bridget, what are we talking about tonight?
I think we're talking about are you going to flourish or fail when it comes to
Bridget, did you just wake up from a nap? What's going on?
Yeah, I kind of did. I just went I came out of a party, guys, and this is the second party of the evening for me, so just kind of getting with it, really.
Oh, listen.
Chris and my faces looked up like, what the heck is a party? Like we don't even
Listen, Larry knows it was the LinkedIn posting party. If you haven't gotten on it, there were like 150 people on that thing.
Nice.
Party.
Wait, and you were on that thing? What were you doing there? Were you like what were you doing?
I was just
hanging out?
Networking, hanging out, commenting on people's posts, helping people level up with some amazing comments.
Okay. All right, so that was your first party. Is this? Look at this. Eric Rosberg shows up with a Larry with an abundance of R's, an abundance of Y's, and an abundance of exclamation points.
I like that. That's
right. Wait, I'm going to try to pronounce it. I'm going to pronounce it exactly as Eric Rosberg typed it. Ready? Larry. That's how he typed it.
You know what? I like that kind of extreme nature with the explanation point. Whatever.
What did you call it? Hold on. What did you just call it?
I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm saying. But
here's an exclamation mark.
She called it an exclamation mark. Jesus. That's what she just did. She called it.
We won't let you slide by that. We won't let you.
I heard it. I heard it.
Coffee, what I'm drinking, guys.
I heard it. Here's I'm going to type it into the chat before we actually get to work here. She called it an explanation.
You are such a jerk. Okay. So here's what we're really talking about, guys. We're talking about...
Bring us home, Bridget. Bridge us.
Bridge the gap here. We're going to talk
bridge
about
the gap.
What it takes to actually grow your business meaningfully. We're going to talk about you really have to get into the extreme mode to make sure your business gets into the lane of success. Because honestly, if you're not all in, it's never going to happen. I mean, so the real question is, do you have what it takes? Do you really have what it takes to make your business successful?
That's a great question to ask, and it's a fantastic question that you should ask yourself, but it's also a question that you should have someone asking you, and that person should be smarter than you. Do you have what it takes to accelerate your business to another place? Do you have what it takes to up-level yourself? Do you truly have what it takes? I have very strong feelings on this. And coming up later today, as we answer that question, I'm going to share a story with you about someone who came to me this week with an observation that relates directly to what we're talking about today. So, Bridget, how would someone know, first of all, I'm going to ask you two questions, and they're like diametric opposites. How would someone know if they're sitting here and they're like, I don't know if I have what it takes to take myself to that next place, to accelerate my growth, to meaningfully scale my business? What questions can they ask themselves to first say, yes, I do have what it takes? And then what are the indicators that they don't have what it takes? So that's a whole lot of questions. Let's break it down. Let's just keep it nice and easy. How does someone know if they have what it takes to scale their business?
Well, here's the deal. I mean, you have to make sure that your vision for what you want to accomplish is larger than life, is something that inspires you and motivates you. I mean, to wake up in the morning, to push yourself past those limits, past that fear, past those moments of thinking you can't do it. And then you have to partner with people who say, listen, I believe in you. I believe in your message. I believe in your product. I believe in your idea. But first of all, you have to believe in yourself more than anybody else. So when you ask yourself, can I do it? Can I make it? Honestly, you're the only one who can answer that question. And that comes down to, do you have the right confidence? Are you partnering with a limiting belief that you're incapable of making it? But it really comes down to, what is the goal? Do you want it bad enough? Do you have what it?
Guys, we're talking about, do you have what it takes to make it to the next level in your business? Do you have what it takes to scale and grow your business? Stephen, I'm interested in your thoughts.
I'm going to begin with a quote.
That sounds inspiring.
Oh, God,
I'm going to start off with a quote.
This show just got real high.
I'm warning everyone right now.
Oh,
this
God.
quote is from television. Okay, this quote is from a TV show.
Wow.
Where I find all the meaning that I need in life. No, this quote's from a TV show, but it's going to delve into what I want to talk about, which is, the quote is, since I was a child, I've always loved a good story. I believe that stories helped us to ennoble ourselves, to fix what was broken in us, and to help us become the people we dreamed of being. Lies that told a deeper truth. I always thought I could play some small part in that grand tradition. And what I want to talk about there, okay, the thing that stood out to me with your prompt, Bridget, was the fact that meaningful relationships through your business, enhancing the meaning behind something. And boy, don't stories have such meaning in our lives? Don't, like, the stories, and I'm not just talking about the ones you've read in books or seen on TV. I'm talking about the stories of our best friends and our spouses and the people we've known in our lives. Their stories create such meaning for us. And I think that sometimes, every now and then, can become lost in translation in your marketing. And I think people forget about their own story in respect to trying to make a Facebook status and work their business and make money. And they forget about their epic story. And I think in creating that meaningful relationship with someone, I think it begins with sharing your story. What do you guys think?
You know what, Steve, Bridget, let me just say this. What I love about what Stephen just said is that his answer to the question of how do you know if you have what it takes to scale your business, it was embodied, was imbued in everything that he does. He's always talking about telling a great story in writing. He's always talking about making videos. You know, I've always said he's this, you know, he is this very positive, uplifting marketing person, and he just took that and he really brought it forward. Yeah.
The show's Westworld, everyone, but the show's not the show's good, but that quote's even better.
So Stephen, that was an absolutely unbelievable answer, and I'm grateful that you shared that with us, and Bridget, yours as well. I have bad news for both of you.
Go for it.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm ready. Bring it on.
Lord.
You ready? You ready? You, not you guys. Maybe you guys. Not them? No?
That person over there. Oh, I mean, that way.
You ready? I'm looking right at the camera as I say this. You. The one I'm looking at right now. You. Don't even worry. Don't even think about growing your business. Don't even think about scaling because you don't want it have. You don't have what it takes. You don't. Right now, you don't. So if you ask yourself the question, do I have what it takes to grow my business to the places I want to grow? I was talking to a dude today who was talking about his 10-year plan. You know what the answer is? You don't have what it takes right now. You simply don't. You know how I know that you don't? You that I'm looking at right now? That I know you don't have what it takes? Because if you had what it takes, you would have gotten it done by now. But there's something about you that is preventing it from getting it done. There is something about you. You're distracted. You're spending too much time doing getting these easy dopamine hits. Like you're spending too much time scrolling through mindlessly through social media. You're watching too much TV. You're eating terrible food. You're daydreaming. You're drifting. You don't have what it takes right now. And so the answer, the true, hold on, Bridget, I know you want to just jump in here. The true, I'll let you just jump in just a second. I'm trying to make a point here, Bridget. I'm talking to this person right here that there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. You don't have what it takes, because if you had what it takes, you would have been there by now. And so what you need to do is you need to make the shift, because look, you want to lose weight. You know what you got to do to lose weight. You got to eat better. You got to work out a little bit. But you got to do a lot of eating better. You know what it's going to take. The reason you're not losing weight is because of you. It's because you're not the person that can lose the weight, because you haven't made the decision to do what it takes. To truly grow your business, you need to become the person who can not only do the things to grow your business, but you have to deserve to grow your business. Bridget, you talk about deservability all the time. You have to deserve it. And to deserve it, you have to do the things that make it work. You can't just be mindlessly scrolling, hoping for likes, hoping for the dopamine hits, shoving your face full of potato chips, all day long, and daydreaming and saying, oh, I'll do it later. That's not how you grow. You can't do it right now. I'm sorry.
100% right. Because you're partnering with excuses. In reality, you want to partner with these hopes and dreams, and you do, but it just stays in your mind. It doesn't go into action. Larry, I love it. All out massive action, no excuses. That's the reality. If your response when someone says, so what do you hope to achieve? What is your vision for what you want your successful business to look like? And you say, well, I want it to be this, but I've got this in front of me, or I haven't set up my website, or I haven't. If you are putting up these obstacles in front of yourself, you don't deserve to grow a business. You have to partner with action. Like Larry said, he knows you have to partner with action, and you've got to be ready to stare all those you can't do it in the face and say, game on.
You have to be an apex predator. You have to be the apex predator to those things, and you need to go after them.
Absolutely.
You know what? Tonight we're talking about, do you have what it takes to scale your business? Do you have what it takes to grow and to come to the next level? I was just the big downer, and I said, look, nobody does. Anybody watching this does. It doesn't have what it takes. And I'm sorry about that. Maybe I'll turn that around a little bit. But Stephen, what's something that somebody can do to help align themselves, to get themselves to that next level?
I think what you've got to do for your business and to get yourself to that meaningful level is to start to do some research into what have you done in life to build the meaningful connections that you've built already. So in other words, one of the things that I am a conversationalist. Any of my best friends know that, like, some of my best friends, I still to this day, I'll call them and we'll just sit on the phone and talk and about philosophy, about all these things. That's how I've built a lot of my meaningful relationships in life. So if I went into a business and I'm growing my business and I don't play to that strength, I'm not booking any one-on-one conversations, but I'm doing it. I'm building all these meaningful relationships outside of my business. So you got to ask the question, why when I step into the office, why when I step into the business and I step into that arena, do I not employ the same tactics I've been employing for my whole life to build the relationships I've built?
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's because we draw this divide. We draw this like line between, like, over here, we build these meaningful relationships, and then over here, we make money. And that line is being broken down now. It's almost coming to it's coming to an end. Look at how many people on your Facebook feed are talking about what they do. Look at how many people are go to some companies and see how many times there's a lot of passion and ethos and origin story pumped into the company. You know, it's not this dreary landscape anymore, and it's not as much informational as it is emotional, you know? So I think tapping into that, you've got to tap into that and start to understand that. And my other technique would be write it down, write your origin story and make it epic. Make it just like Batman's origin story or just like Superman's origin story, where they had something happen to them. They had something affect them, and it caused them to go down this path. And that's what led you to be doing what you do today. So you find that like soul in there, you know?
That's brilliant. And, you know, Sonia chimed in when I was saying, I don't think you have what it takes to go to the next level. Sonia says she does. And I totally love that she believes she does. And I'm quite positive she's well on her way. I will say something. It literally, Sonia's here every single week with us, commenting every single week. And I'm so grateful that she's here. I literally thought she had a double last name, like the hyphenated last name, and her other last name was Sonia Essential. Did anybody else think that? Or like, I seriously thought that her name was Sonia Essential Rodriguez. I don't know if maybe that is, maybe her name is Sonia Essential.
People are just being born with such marketable names these days, you know? That's what I've noticed.
Were you born?
Sonia, is that your business as your middle name? Because that would be an epic idea.
Imagine if your parents named your middle name your business at birth.
Imagine to Freedom Coaching. It's Bridget Freedom Coaching.
Yeah. Can you imagine if your parents did that? Listen, I know what she's going to do. That's like when I don't want to say any names just in case anybody out here has a crazy name for their kid, but you know, the stripper names, like you name a kid a stripper name and suddenly, you know, they're going to become a stripper.
Oh my God. No, I don't know that.
Yeah. You got to be careful when you have a kid that you don't name them a stripper name, because then they'll, you know, it's just way too easy to fall into that lifestyle.
Tip for the night, right? Yeah. You know what? I like what Eric Solms chimes in, you know, and the idea of bridging that gap between the business mentality and your relationships is crucial for making sure that you can get to that next level, in success, because people don't want to do business with just your product, message, or service. They want to do business with a real person.
Yeah.
All about being your most authentic self. And, you know, one of the strategies that I love to help people employ is slowing down upstairs, slowing down within your mind, getting really focused and decide who you're going to be, how you're going to show up, because that sets the stage and the tone for exactly how people are going to perceive you. And that's the only way that you can make sure that you accelerate rapidly. That's pretty much a double, but whatever. You get the term. You accelerate outside within your business, within your relationships. You have to slow down upstairs, because when you partner with distraction and confusion and sabotage, you have this mental hurricane going. And here's the deal. You're going to go in multiple directions that aren't going to serve you, and you're going to run out of gas. So slow down upstairs. Start writing things out, as Steven Steffen said. You know, get really clear with your vision and the direction that you want to go, and then make it happen.
I'm going to give some advice, and this is something that I do, and it has worked incredibly well for me. And that is, her name is really Sonia Essential Maria Rodriguez. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Incredible.
Your parents are amazing. Sonia, your parents are amazing for that name. Sonia Essential. That's incredible. Where was I? So here's what I want you to do. You got to get a little blank notebook out, and you have to find a timer on your phone. My phone's nowhere nearby because I'm focused. You have to put a timer on your phone. Every 30 minutes, that timer goes off, and you write down what you did for the last 30 minutes in exacting detail. Shouldn't take you more than like 35 seconds to do it. Half an hour goes off, write down what you did. Better yet, you don't want to write it down, put it into a spreadsheet. Okay? So now you have this spreadsheet. It's always open. Half an hour, ding, Alt tab over, write down what you did for the past half hour. Do this for 7 days. Don't look at it for 7 days. Do this for 7 days. Then go through on the weekend and color code every single thing that brought you one step closer to your goal, that brought you one step closer towards the growth of your business. Highlight every single one, and then do a quick little bit of calculation. What percentage of your time did your efforts bring you closer to that ultimate goal? You are going to be shocked at how little time you actually spend working towards that goal. The average normal person that doesn't track their time. I do it for the first week of every single month. And I look at the activities that I'm doing. Brings me closer, keeps me neutral, takes me away. Brings me closer, keeps me neutral, takes me away. If it's taking me away, that is eliminated. And I just try to keep filling that in with brings me closer. That is how you accelerate to the next level. That's how you deserve.
I love that. Eric loves that too.
Your an awareness log. Yeah.
Another strategy. You really all I heard was color coding for some reason. But
all that's all you heard was color coding?
I'm like, I'm much more visual. I'm like, yes. Okay.
What is your favorite color anyways? Never mind. Just go ahead and tell me.
Don't ask me that. Someone asked me on a podcast. It did not go well. Anyway, I'm going to say my favorite color is plaid.
Yeah. No. After Steven's shirt. Go on. From many months ago. Go ahead, Bridget.
Honestly, I totally just lost my train of thought. No, I actually didn't. Okay, so the other thing that you want to realize is if you're partnering with those excuses, partnering with sabotage, you're really beating yourself up all day long, telling yourself that you can't do it. You need to become not your number one sabotager, but you need to become your own greatest fan. And so what that means is if you've been flogging yourself, telling yourself you're not good enough, you're never going to get there, you need to flip that switch and you need to start celebrating your wins. You need to start telling yourself you are doing an absolutely amazing job. People do want to meet with you. You need to start logging those wins for yourself. And I don't care if you light a candle and celebrate it on a little birthday cupcake. You need to do something to celebrate your wins because that will give you those dopamine hits in a good way that will continue to fuel your growth and fuel you towards success.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really well put. Steve, what do you think?
I love it. I like, you guys are so smart and you guys really, you do this, you do this every day. So you encounter these battles, these victories, these losses every single day, and I challenge everyone here. If you're not friends with these guys on social media, please go and be friends with these people on social media, even if it's just to watch what they do. Because the one thing that I would really want to give people that has worked really well for me is I am a very naturally curious person. And so what this means is that in a conversation with someone, I'm always looking for what I can learn from that person. And I'm looking for that first and foremost. So I'm entering into the conversation. This week we did a phone call. One of the people that works in the firm saw a talk on Clubhouse. Shout out to Clubhouse. Everyone is hearing about Clubhouse recently, and booked a call with this person who does work in California. And we booked a call with them, and the three of us sat around the phone and talked to that person about what they do in their marketing. We've never met the person before, but boy, did that person have incredible things to offer us, things to learn from that we weren't even thinking about. But sometimes what I see happen is someone enters into the arena, into the conversation, already knowing what they know and already thinking they know it and already, and that is not going to do good. That's not going to do good. So you've got to get very good. And when you go in that conversation, you're asking the best questions to steal that person's knowledge.
Wow.
To take it.
Yeah.
And that's.
Bridget, tell me about a time where you have felt like you broke through that next level. Tell me about a time when in your life, in your business, when you felt like you were in a place and then all of a sudden you it just happened and boom, you were in that next level.
Honestly, I would say once a day, I have to gift myself a shift. Once a day, sabotage starts to re-partner with me and say, you know what? You can't do it. You're just not going to be good enough. There are so many other coaches. There's so many other, people who do what you do. And I have to flip that switch every day. So I re-partner with my vision. I repartner with I have an IM list. And if you guys want to hear more about that, just DM me. But I literally realign a vision. What?
I said, is that an instant messenger list? I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
I am.
I'm kidding.
An IM list. No, because I need to recenter and refocus multiple times a day, because I'm reprogramming my subconscious terrain so that I can continue towards success. So it's really all about reprogramming that subconscious terrain and being able to flip that switch. So when you get in that space where you're like, you know what, what's next? What's next? Or I'm starting to partner with sabotage again. Have something that you can reference that is the same words that you can see every single time, so that you start to reprogram yourself. I have a little note card that has my vision on it, that has my IM list, and it recenters me, refocuses me, and gets me into game on mode again. So I probably read that multiple times a day to remind myself of who I am, what I'm doing, and the value that I get to bring to people, because it aligns me with my story. It's Stephen, like you said, like the goal is always to bring value based on who you are, so that you can continue to empower others.
That's incredible. I love that. I had an interesting conversation this week. So, everybody who's here who knows me, I have a training course that teaches people how to grow and explode their businesses using free posts in their social media feed. And a year ago, I did a workshop. A Zoom workshop for a large organization like a chamber, and there was hundreds of people on this thing. And it's a workshop that I recorded and I place on my website, and people go and watch it. But it was a year ago. And since then, I have been full on social media with video. I have recorded a brand new program. And I have, I do live broadcasts with you guys every week. I do twice a week group coaching live with my entire collection of people. I've done that over the past year. So I had this person message me, and she's like, I watched your workshop from a year ago, and I watched you right now. I watched one of your videos from right now. And she was like, it's mind blowing, the difference between then and now. And keep in mind that my entire life has been dedicated to education. My university degree is in education, a couple of degrees. One of them is in education. I have taught my entire life, but somehow just in this past year, there has been this exponential growth in my ability. And it all comes down to my focus on my ability to teach, which is what I've worked on this whole past year, is how do I teach better? How do I get more information into the brains of the people who are listening to the words that I say? And I don't observe it because it's very hard to self-reflect. But this person messaged me and they were like, oh my God, watching you a year ago, and you can watch it, go to my website and find my workshop. Watch me a year ago. She said, you're nervous, you're not looking at the camera, there's no confidence. And she's like, today, you are just like in the camera. You're just looking right at, and you've got this confidence, and you've just gotten better. So to level up requires focus and dedication and perfecting what you do.
100%. That was beautiful.
I love that.
I feel the same way, actually. I feel the exact same way. How much, take a look back at where you were a year ago and see how much you've shifted. See how much you've changed. See how many obstacles you've overcome, and go back to it. Celebrate that. Celebrate that change. And then move past that and decide where you want to go next, because you have to have a direction and you have to have a destination in order to continue to launch into being your most successful self. Well, look.
Oh no,
Eileen.
my workshop in. Yeah, go ahead and breeze through that thing and just check it out. Someone asks if my passion is teaching or marketing. There are three reasons why there's no answer to that question. And the first is, I want you all to do this. Everybody watching this, you've got to go look up the etymology of the word passion. The word passion doesn't mean what you think it means. So I don't have a passion for anything, actually. So if you guys just take a moment of your lives and go type in etymology of the word passion.
Chris is dropping straight truth bombs tonight. Like,
I have no passion in my life whatsoever. You go and look up the etymology of the word passion, and you will realize I have no passion in my life.
You have to have passion.
Do you know what the etymology of the word passion is, Stephen?
I do not, sir. I do not. And I should, because
he's going to share it. I see it. It's happening.
The etymology of the word passion is suffering.
Mhm.
The Latin root of the word passion. I had a mentor teach me this. The Latin root of the word passion comes from suffering. So when you say you are passionate about something, you say you are suffering for it. And when you say you are compassionate, you're suffering in the company of others. So hey, listen, if that's what you want in your life, then you go ahead and you keep using that word. I am not passionate about anything, because I am not. There is no suffering in my life at all. Now, if you're asking what energizes me, teaching or marketing, it's really the combination of the two. It's teaching people how to market themselves. And when I have people message me with their multiple 5-figure months from silly free social media posts, nothing energizes me more than that. Yeah, and listen, Sonia says interesting. You just go into Google. Just go into Google. You want to keep using that word, you go right ahead. I'm not using that word. That was a whole different topic. We could talk about that.
You know what? I think right before it's top of the hour, or for us, I want to flip this switch. I want to look people in the face right now who are joining us and say that you absolutely are 100% capable of partnering with success.
Yeah.
All it takes is focus, drive, staring those no's in the face and saying, not for me. I am a yes person. I am a game on person. And tell yourself that you deserve to partner with success every day.
That's awesome. By the way, my reference, Dr. John DeMartini, you can look it up. He's the one that talks about the etymology of that word. Bridget, that was fascinating. Stephen, we are at the bottom of the hour, which means it is time to bring this thing home. Stephen, give us your final thought, please.
Guys, you have a story. You have to start writing it. You have to start telling it through your business. It's intrinsically tied to your business. So figure out your story. If you can't figure it out, send us a direct message. We'll help you figure it out. You already know that. But find the story, find your guys' passion, and build some meaningful relationships out there. You have what it takes. I promise.
Stephen wasn't listening at all. Find your passion. Stephen wasn't listening at all.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, you're suffering, whatever it is,
You're suffering, everybody.
Actually, we'll talk more about that, because I have a lot of thoughts on that passion suffering little thing.
I'm going to say this: you currently, in your current state, you need to make a shift. You need to remove the distractions. You need to remove those easy dopamine hits. You need to get yourself focused, get to work. You know the stuff that needs to get done. You need to simply get it done if you are going to bring yourself to that next level. And it really is that simple. Bottom of the hour, this has been an amazing conversation on, do you have what it takes to bring yourself to the next level? And Bridget, you get the final word. Bring us home.
It's time to unpartner with excuses. It's time to partner with success, and it's time to level up.